Once upon a time, there lived two friends whose friendship roots back to their childhood, growing up together, and when they turned 18, unfortunately, they had this very big fight in which they decided to stop the friendship and to not see or meet each other anymore. But the father of one of those friends did not want to see his son making such a big mistake, and he interfered, and he had a plan in mind. So he invited both of them for a tagine dinner. A tagine is a clay pot in which we cook vegetables and meat at the same time. So he served them dinner. They had this delicious dinner, and he asked them, "Do you know why I invited you here tonight?" They said, "No, we don't know." And he told them, "When I was your age, an old man told me once about a treasure, but I've never been brave enough to go and follow the quest for that treasure. But tonight is an opportunity for you. I will tell you about that treasure, and you have to go and seize the opportunity." With their eyes wide open, they started asking questions. "What is it? Is it gold? Is it silver? Is it diamonds? Is it pearls?" He said, "No, it's more precious than all of you just named. It's a limitless one. So, the first step is to go to Jamafna Square in the same city in Marrakesh. Go there and ask for a storyteller called Adnan. Ask him for the precious limitless treasure, and he will show you the way." The following morning, that's what they did. They went to Jamafna Square asking for Adnan, the storyteller. They kept roaming around circular performances until they found that storyteller Adnan in one of Jamafna Square's corners. They asked him, and he told them, "You have to wait until I finish working." And that's what they did. They sat in front of him, listening to him telling stories. And when he was ready to move back to his place, to his house, he looked at those two friends and he told them, "If you want your treasure, you have to go to Fes and look for someone by the name of Hajj Ahmed." And he left. Those two friends went back home, packed their stuff, and went to Fes. And when they were in Fes, they started asking locals about Hajj Ahmed. And then one old man told them that Hajj Ahmed works in the big mosque of Fes. The mosque is called Mosque of Qarawiyin. So they went to Mosque of Qarawiyin and they found Hajj Ahmed praying. And when he finished, they asked him about the treasure. Hajj Ahmed looked at them and smiled. And then he told them, "If you want your treasure, you have to go to the blue city, the blue pearl of Morocco, to the city of Chefchaouen, and look for a lady called Raqiya. Raqiya sells bread and mint in the souk, in the market. And you can tell her that you are just travelers and you want to spend the night in her house." That's what they did. They found Raqiya and they told her that we are travelers and we would like to ask you if you could take us in your house and host us for the evening. She accepted and she served them dinner, and before she went to sleep, she told them, "Do you need anything else?" They told her, "No, but we have a question. We want actually to ask you about the treasure that is precious and limitless." And she told them, "If you want the treasure, you have to go where Hercules died. You have to go to the north of Morocco." So they went to the north and exactly to Tangier, and they kept looking and asking around for the grave of Hercules and where he died, until some children were playing around, and they told them that Hercules did not die, but he transformed into a cave. So they went to that cave and it was empty, but there was a man guarding that cave. They asked him about the treasure. It is limitless and precious, and he told them, "You can find the treasure in an empty house, in a village in Atlas Mountains, and the village is called Urica." So they went back all the way from Tangier to Urica, and they kept looking for that empty house until they found it. And when they entered that house, the surprise happened. They saw the father who told them about the treasure for the first place. and both of them were shocked and surprised. Is this a kind of a joke? Why are you here? Were you lying about the treasure? He said, no. I did not lie about the treasure. Maybe you had different expectations. But now I will tell you about your treasure. Your treasure is your friendship. Both of you are friends, you trust and you love each other, and you have to live like that for the rest of your lives. Because a friend is all that you have in life. You have to keep him by your side forever. Both friends understood the moral of what their father wanted them to learn. Then they hugged each other and promised each other that they will never fight again over a stupid thing. And they moved back with their father to Marrakesh and lived happily ever after until the end of time. And this is the end of my story.